Come, let us take a moment. Let us leave the rush of the day behind and rise gently into the air. Below us, a city unfolds, not with noise and hurry, but with a quiet and steady grace. This is Bielefeld, a place nestled in the heart of Germany, waiting to be seen from a new perspective. From up here, the world seems to slow down. The cars become tiny specks moving along neat lines, and the sounds of life fade into a soft, distant hum. We are floating on the breeze, observers in a sky of pale blue, ready to begin our peaceful journey over this lovely landscape. It is a chance to breathe, to simply watch, and to let the calmness of the view wash over us. Imagine the gentle lift as we ascend, leaving all worries on the ground. The world below transforms into a beautiful map, a mosaic of colors and shapes. We see patches of deep green where parks and gardens lie, and the warm terracotta of rooftops clustered together like sleeping animals. Our gentle flight now carries us towards the center of the city, but it is not a center of concrete and steel that first greets our eyes. Instead, we see a vast expanse of green. This is the Burger Park, the Citizens' Park, a wonderful living lung for the city. From our position in the sky, it looks like a beautiful green carpet, carefully laid out among the buildings. As we float a little closer, we can make out more details within this green oasis. There is a pond, its surface like a mirror reflecting the blue of the sky above. Look there, to the edge of the park. We can see the delicate structure of a botanical garden. From our aerial viewpoint, it is a masterpiece of design, a patchwork of different shapes and colors. The presence of so much green space speaks volumes about the character of Bielefeld. It tells us that this is a city that values well-being and connection to the natural world. These parks and gardens are the city's breath, spaces where the air is cleaner and the soul can feel lighter. They are vital threads in the fabric of the community, connecting people to each other and to the environment. Now our gaze is drawn to a magnificent structure that rises proudly from a hilltop, watching over the city like an ancient guardian. This is Sparrenburg Castle. From our vantage point, it is a powerful and impressive sight. Its thick stone walls seem to grow right out of the hill, a fortress that has stood for nearly 800 years. Let us circle the castle slowly, taking in its form. We see the main fortress, with its courtyards and baileys, all enclosed by the formidable outer walls. The castle's position is no accident. It sits on the Sparrenburg Hill, offering a commanding view of the entire region. We can see how it overlooks the old trade routes that pass through the Bielefeld Pass. As we drift past, the sun catches the weathered stone, giving it a warm golden glow. Sparrenburg Castle is more than just a building. It is the heart of Bielefeld's identity. From our peaceful place in the sky, we see it not as a relic of a bygone era, but as a living part of the city's landscape. It is a silent storyteller, a stone guardian that continues to watch over its people. We now float gently towards the historical heart of the city, the Altstadt or Old Town. From above, it is a wonderful, intricate tapestry of rooftops. The colors are a warm mix of deep reds, earthy browns, and slate grays. The roofs are steep and gabled, huddled closely together as if sharing secrets from centuries past. In the center of this cluster of old buildings, we can see a wide, open square. This is the Altermarkt, the Old Market Square. It is the living room of the Old Town. Among the rooftops, one building stands out. It is the Old Town Church, the Altstadter Nikolaikirche. Its tall, slender steeple points towards the sky, a landmark for all to see. As we look down upon this beautiful, dense network of streets and houses, we get a sense of history unfolding. The layout of the streets follows a medieval plan, a design made for walking, not for cars. Our flight over the Altstadt gives us a unique perspective, allowing us to see it not as a collection of individual buildings, but as a single, unified work of art, woven together by time and history. Let us now turn our attention to a gentle, shimmering line that winds its way through the landscape below. It is a small river, the Lutter, appearing from our vantage point like a silver ribbon laid carefully across the green and brown earth. It does not rush or roar. It flows with a quiet purpose, reflecting the sky and the trees that line its banks. We can see how the vegetation along its banks is lusher and greener, a clear sign of the water's life-giving presence. Our aerial perspective allows us to follow the Lutter's journey. We see it emerge from the countryside, a slender stream flowing through open fields. Then it enters the city, disappearing for short stretches beneath streets and buildings. We can see pathways running alongside it, inviting people to walk or cycle by the water's edge. These riverside paths are tranquil escape routes, allowing residents to step away from the city's hustle and bustle. As we watch the sunlight dance upon its surface, the river seems to be a symbol of continuity and change. It has been a part of this landscape longer than any castle or church, and it will continue to flow long after we are gone. The Lutter is a quiet, unassuming hero in the story of Bielefeld. From our peaceful view in the sky, we can appreciate its simple, elegant journey, a silver ribbon tying the city to the wilder nature that surrounds it. Our flight path now takes us over a part of the city that looks very different from the old town. Here the buildings are modern, with clean lines, large windows, and flat roofs. This is the campus of Bielefeld University. From the sky, it looks like a large, self-contained complex, a city within a city. The main building is a single, immense structure, designed to house many different faculties under one roof. We can see the neat lawns, courtyards, and plazas that connect the various parts of the campus, creating spaces for students and professors to meet and exchange ideas. The design of the university is striking from our aerial viewpoint. This was one of Germany's first new universities built in the 1960s, and its architecture speaks of that era's optimism and belief in progress. It was designed to encourage communication and interdisciplinary work. Surrounding the main buildings, we see a landscape that is both functional and pleasant. There are sports fields marked with white lines for various games, and a small lake that adds a touch of nature to the modern architecture. The campus is connected to the rest of the city by a light rail line, which we can see as a thin track running towards the university. This connection is vital, ensuring that the world of academia is not isolated, but remains an integral part of the wider community. We now drift towards the western edge of the city, where the houses and streets begin to give way to something much older and wilder. This is the beginning of the Teutoburg Forest, or Teutoburger Wald. From our high vantage point, the change is dramatic and beautiful. The neat grid of the city softens and dissolves into a vast, rolling sea of green. The trees stretch for miles, a thick, textured canopy covering the hills. Looking down, we can see the boundary where the city meets the forest. It is a gentle frontier, houses with gardens back directly onto the woods, their lawns touching the first line of trees. We can see hiking trails, like thin brown threads, disappearing from the ends of streets into the deep green shade. These paths invite the people of Bielefeld to step out of their daily lives and into the tranquility of the forest. The Teutoburg Forest is a place steeped in history and legend. It was here, nearly 2,000 years ago, that Germanic tribes famously defeated 3 Roman legions. The dense, mysterious nature of the forest makes it easy to imagine such epic events. As we hover above this borderland, we can truly appreciate the balance that Bielefeld has struck between urban living and nature. The forest is not something to be conquered or cleared. It is something to be cherished and enjoyed. As our journey nears its end, the sun begins to dip lower in the sky, casting a warm golden light across the entire landscape. The colors below become richer and softer. The city seems to exhale, letting go of the day's energy and preparing for the quiet of the night. We start to see the first lights flickering on. Streetlights begin to trace the lines of the roads, creating a glittering network. The windows of houses and apartments light up one by one, tiny squares of warm yellow light. Each light represents a home, a family settling in for the evening. From our detached viewpoint in the sky, it is a heartwarming sight. The sky above us is changing too. The pale blue has deepened to orange and pink near the horizon, and a darker, velvety blue is creeping in from the east. The last rays of sunlight catch the top of the Sparrenberg Tower. It is a time of transition, a pause between the business of the day and the rest of the night. We are floating in this beautiful in-between moment, privileged observers of the city's gentle good night. This view of Bielefeld at dusk is perhaps the most peaceful of all. It reminds us that every day has a rhythm, a cycle of activity and rest. The city below looks safe, serene, and ready for sleep. Our time in the sky is now coming to a close. We begin our slow, gentle descent, the details of the world below gradually growing larger and more distinct. But we will not return to the ground with the same hurried mind we may have had before. We will remember the sight of the green parks, the steadfast castle, and the charming rooftops of the old town. This journey was a small escape, a chance to see the world from a different, more serene perspective. It showed us a city not as a place of noise and stress, but as a place of beauty, history, and quiet harmony. The image of Bielefeld, nestled peacefully between its forest and its fields, is a wonderful reminder of this. It is a picture of balance, a harmony between nature and human life that we can recall whenever we need a moment of calm. As we drift lower, the sounds of the city begin to return, but they seem softer now, less demanding. We have seen how everything is connected, the old and the new, the natural and the man-made. And so our gentle flight over Bielefeld concludes. We leave with a sense of refreshment and tranquility. Let this journey be a small gift to yourself, a reminder to pause, look up, and appreciate the quiet wonders that are all around us. The peace of the sky is always there, and now you know you can return to it in your mind whenever you wish.